Sure.
Absolutely live right now.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
It's just going to give me a countdown again.
Well,
Anyway.
on the screen.
I completely didn't see that. Welcome, everyone. I just heard myself through your door to another episode of the One More Thing Tech podcast. I'm your host, Quasey.
And I'm Adam.
And ladies and gentlemen, you will not believe the content we have planned for you today. I'm looking at these topics, and it's stunning. This is. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to relate to this episode. So, I'm not going to do much yapping. Let's just jump right in.
And last week, I just want to bring this up. Last week, Quasey was having a rough time with just the lack of sleep. I mean, he pushed through it. I'm so happy. So thanks, Quasey, for pushing through. Sorry it wasn't as energizing as it usually is. It's usually much more just ready to go kind of attitude. But this week, he's bringing it this week. So just so you know, it wasn't that he was not able to do it. It's just complications at best. Let's put it that way. Okay. So anyway, first topic, Quasey. This has been a discussion that I've had in my own head, amongst others, for far too long. And I want to bring this up and see what your thoughts are, because I'm sick of seeing this. And I'm sick of this is still a thing. But do you go to this place called Walmart?
No, I don't think I've ever been. No, I'm trolling. I was just at Walmart yesterday. Oh, no, the day before yesterday. Yesterday I was meetings.
So one of the things that I typically do not like going to Walmart because of the people that are there, their layout. After you know where things are, they change it up. The prices aren't always the best. Have their customer service at best is just equal to a muddy crock, in my opinion. It's just really bad. So, one of the things to add to this not nice thing that they have is it is what year, Quasey? Just so I know.
This is the big 2.5.
Yeah, just 2025. And we still do not see Apple Pay or Google Pay in Walmart. Now, a little history of Walmart and things I know about it. So what they use for their machines absolutely can accept Apple Pay. There's no way it can't. I know, because I know where I used to work in retail, it's the exact same machines. So I know they do accept it if they want to. But here's the thing. They refuse to accept Apple Pay and Google Pay and Samsung Pay, all the NFC taps, right? And they really want you to use their Walmart Pay option. But here's the thing, Quasey. People might just say, just do that instead. Why won't you not just comply to this little arrangement that they have for you? Here's the reason why. See, I like using the Apple Card, okay? Do you have the Apple Card?
I don't have the Apple Card.
Okay. Well, you cannot even use the Apple Card in Walmart Pay. The last time I checked. So that tells me they're going so hard at not liking Apple that they will stop Apple Pay plus any type of form that Apple has for payments. You can't use your Apple card itself that is in the wallet or even the Apple Cash because it takes tap. So why? Why in today's society is this not something that we can just get changed? Because they have daily complaints from thousands and millions of people. Why? That's my question. Do you use this, Quasey?
So my thing is, I use tap to pay pretty much everywhere, but Walmart is one of, if not the biggest retailers in the entire United States. So when Walmart tells you that they're not using tap, you either get with it or you get you stop shopping there, right? Now, I'm the best at leaving my wallet in the car when and I'll have my wallet at every other store that takes tap. But the one store that I had to use my card at, I'd leave my wallet in the car. So it got to the point where it's I know I can't use tap to pay, and I know I'm going to leave my wallet despite knowing that I can't use anything but my actual debit card. So I eventually folded and got the OnePay app, which is how you pay at Walmart. It takes a little QR code. And I gotta be honest with you, it's not horrible. All it does is you scan a quick QR code and it takes the payment really quickly, and then it emails you the receipt. Even like you can pull up the receipt on your phone, which I think is a pretty cool feature.
Which it might be great. For me, it's just if it was an option besides Apple Pay, I might comply and try it. But they're trying to force my overall life to change this, and I don't like it. Here's the fun fact, though, Quasi, if you did not know this. This is only an issue in the United States. In Canada, since 2020, they have Apple Pay and Google Pay and Samsung Pay.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't live in Canada.
So you're saying that the country that Walmart was founded, Walmart was made in the United States, but Canada gets tap to pay. That doesn't require this Walmart tap, whatever they call it. So I just don't know why this is the case. I'm not sure this is something that people experience besides me, but I just really want them to see that this is not acceptable. And if you have it in Canada, of all places in the globe, why can't you bring that to the United States? It might encourage some people to shop there because, I don't know, it's just sketchy the best for me, and I wish they would just change and make things better because people want to use this. It's a safer way to pay too. How can I trust that their system's safe and secure? I don't know if it is.
But don't they lose out on like a ton of money in fees if you're using Tap to Pay and Apple Pay?
So here's the thing.
I think that's one of the main reasons.
The difference is this. There's still credit card fees. If I use my card at their register, there's still up to 3.5% charge per transaction. Apple Pay is less than that.
Interesting.
So I don't understand. It's the same fees, but not really.
It could be, it could not be.
I think it's just that Apple gets a code too, and they can't have that. It's Walmart.
Absolutely not. That's horrible.
So I don't know what you guys think. Let us know in the comments below, and Discord and YouTube and stuff like that, because I just really want to know why this is the case. As someone that works at Walmart can understand this and just let us know why. I'd love to know that because, I mean, come on now. It's 2025. I've even seen like Dollar General accept it before Walmart, and that's getting to a dollar store versus a major retail chain. Come on now.
But Dollar General is absolutely everywhere in the U.S., though.
So is Walmart.
There's some places you can go and not find a Walmart.
That's true. That's very
true.
But
you'll somehow find a Dollar General out there. I was watching a video on it. Not that anyone cares.
I'm really surprised there's not one on the moon and Mars. We've been there. I'm not sure why there's not one there.
Dollar General?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you would expect that to be the first store up there.
The very first store. Before a gas station and a water treatment plant, Dollar General is required. That's just what they usually say in most local small towns. Anyway, I didn't want to spend too much time on this. I just want to kind of get you guys' feel for this and, you know, see why this is the case. I mean, we're seeing adoption all over the place from Kroger to Lowe's to everywhere else. But why isn't this something that you see for everybody else like Walmart? So just let us know in the comments below what you think about that. Next one. Did you even know that Dropbox had Password Manager, Quasi? Because I didn't. I really didn't.
Did I even know that Dropbox was still functioning?
They're very, very, they're.
I've never used Dropbox, to be honest with you. The only reason I knew what Dropbox was because I saw it in the Emoji Movie, and I had to go look it up. You know, that's like the only time I ever.
Emoji Movie? What?
It was in the Emoji Movie.
I've never watched that yet, by the way.
Oh, don't. Save
I was
your time.
told it was like treacherously bad.
It's pretty bad.
What was the
Go
worst
ahead and
part
save
about
yourself an hour or two.
Was it the plot, the story, the animation?
The story's awful. The animation's really good. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But it's just like.
So if you watch the movie where it's mute, it's a little bit better?
No. Because, like, they make a bunch of silly jokes, and, you know, they didn't even hit for me when I was a kid, and they're definitely not hitting now. You know? It's just not it.
I see. Well, those that might have been using Dropbox Passwords, just to note, they are shutting down October 28th. And and they give you an article on how you can export your passwords to a CSV and all this other stuff to change something else. But I, for one, never knew this was even a thing. I think it's just a feature they included with their Dropbox subscription, and you could utilize that, but not anymore. So I would change to other platforms such as 1Password, for instance. There's a lot of other ones out there. Don't use LastPass. They've been hacked like 20,000 times. Apple Passwords is a great option too for certain people. So just know that's going away. I never knew about it. I never even seen the ad for it ever. I knew that was. I have Dropbox. I don't pay for it, but I have it, and I'm just shocked that this is something that I never even heard of until just now. So, any case, that's shutting down October 28th. So make sure you have your stuff saved and export before then, because after that, it's gone forever, and so your passwords if you haven't saved. So
Also, if you're using this, please let me know, and let me know how it was. Like, if you could compare it to any other password manager, I would really like to know which one it is. Because I personally have never seen anybody use anything but, the Apple password manager. What's it called? 1Password.
LastPass.
There's a lot. I don't know why I said I've never seen anyone use anything but like I've never heard of anyone using Dropbox. So I just want to know, was it good? Was it bad? Was it a hassle to set up? And just, let us know.
Yeah, same here. Okay, this next one, Quasi. It's going to be...
So, here's the thing, everybody. We talked about the Switch 2 when it first released, right? And we talked about how some of the prices were just absolutely outrageous, right? Now, we thought it was bad then, right? But now we're looking at how store listings, yeah, you guys didn't hear that, how store listings are showing up to a $30 to $50 price hike for the original Switch models. So if you didn't go out and buy the, 2017 Switch, if you don't have a 2017 Switch yet, now it's going to cost you an extra $30 to $50. Now, it was already, actually, I don't want to say the regular Switch was priced bad, but this price ladder system that stores are using now to try and gouge more money out of you, I think it's absolutely outrageous, right? They should not be allowed to do this, but, Nintendo isn't going to sit back and say, no, you can't do this. So, I just don't know how this is going to look for us. Adam, thoughts?
First thing is, I think it's them. One thing about game consoles people should realize is that stores that sell you that make $5 to $10 per console, just so you guys know. Not a lot of profit. But they make all the money as the games, of course, and the accessories. So, I do not think for a second here that we're seeing these price hikes because of like Target and Walmart and other places want to make more money at all. They say it's based on market conditions while these things are going up. So it's by the tariffs and whatever else. But here's the thing. The original Switch from 2017 and 2016 era, they're not making those any longer. Do you know that? There's an updated version of that we see now that's not the OLED model.
Right.
Plus the OLED is still being made, of course. But here's the thing. So you're saying that if this is because of tariffs, right, what's already here is still getting that price hike? I don't understand that whatsoever. Like, that's kind of really dumb. And I don't see the reason this is going to be compelling for anybody to not have to pay way more for a base Switch. I mean, if the Switch OLED's getting close to the price of Switch 2, is this their ploy to get you to buy Switch 2? Because they're not selling that much? I don't know. I mean, they still sell quite a bit. But what's the back-end reason for this monstrosity of a price hike? Because here's the thing. You're going to say these are more expensive for consoles that are basically going to be obsolete in probably 6 months? Because there's no new games that's going to go on it. It's all going to be a Switch 2 games now.
This is true.
So
actually, it might not, because when the original Switch came out, you have to remember, they made Breath of the Wild, but Breath of the Wild was also available on the Wii U. which nobody but me and my older brother had. So they might still be making games that are compatible with the Switch, but they're just not going to be made with the Switch in mind, you know?
Is so far what you see for Switch 2 games, are they compatible?
Yeah.
No. You can't play Mario Kart
Some
World on Switch with them. It's like less than 2% if there is.
You're talking about the new games that they're putting out.
Yeah, the new games.
Yeah, no, you can't put Mario Kart World on the regular Switch.
Which is in itself ridiculous. I mean, if they're going to do this, then they make that game backwards compatible. That's the compromise they need to do. What I'm saying is that why would you raise the price of a console that is essentially going to be obsolete in 6 months or less? New games are not compatible for Switch 1. They're just not. They're not doing that. They want you to buy Switch 2. Which to this day, in crazy. Little fun fact, over the weekend, I received an email from Nintendo. Because, just for the hell of it, I put my name in their site for, like, my slot in line to buy the OLED Switch. Sorry, not OLED Switch. Switch 2. And I got over the weekend saying you can buy it now. I didn't buy it, but I'm just letting you guys know. I don't like this at all. Nintendo right now is just going so far downhill. And I wish their choices reflected what they're making off things, because they are making too much money to do awful choices just like this. I don't like this. Switch 2, there's too many problems and not enough consequence on their side. I mean, well, like, you can't even put the Switch 2 in the dock without scratching the screen. What? That's a big problem. Did no one test that before they launched the whole thing?
You would think that.
Come on.
You would think that would be tested before they, like, horrible.
Yeah. Or Jimmy put his cartridge through the wash because he forgot to take it out of his pocket. Now he puts into a Switch 2. Oh, your console banned. You're banned from your account. Can't play anymore. What the hell is going on with them? And so far, I'm glad that no one else is following suit, because if they did, we should just stop buying games for an entire year from Nintendo and choose.
But here's the thing.
I hate this concept.
Nobody's going to do that. The thing is,
I know.
If let's say PlayStation started doing that tomorrow, everybody would switch to Xbox. You know what I mean? But Nintendo literally has no competition, because Nintendo's the only people that can use their IP. Mario is carrying their... Oh, by the way, did you see that Nintendo released a statement saying that Mario and Luigi are not boyfriend and girlfriend, and that they're just really good friends? Wow.
Wait. You said the wrong word there. Not Luigi, Princess Peach.
Sorry, yes.
Just say.
Mario and... yeah, it'd be really weird. Mario and Peach...
Yes,
I did see that. Dating. Oh my goodness. 40 plus years of saving her from that monster Bowser? And she still friend zoned him?
Has she been running away from him this whole time? Or has he been trying to save her, is a question, I guess, right?
I couldn't tell you at this point. I feel really bad for Mario.
I'd be so upset if I was him, you know?
I would stop saving her. You know, go stay with Bowser, since apparently he's cooler than me. However, what was I trying to say before I got off topic? Mario is carrying Nintendo.
I know. Like, games and developers usually like kind of copy per se off each other. Nobody is even trying to get into the realm of like the, party game arcade style family, co-op scene. And why is that not being like put them in their place for a change? Am I saying what they make is bad? It's not bad. What I'm saying is like Switch 2 choices and decisions and what they're doing with things is outrageous. Anti-consumer at best. Like, why even have the cartridge? There's no point.
Literally.
There's no point. A PS2 memory card has more storage than this cartridge because there's nothing on it. There's a text file. And, I can't give you that cartridge so you can play it because that's not how it works. Do it. Get upset. I want to see you upset.
The whole reason. That is the whole reason that people buy, or not the whole reason, but one of the reasons that people buy on physical copies instead of buying digital copies because you can share. You're supposed to be able to fully own that game.
Yes.
Right? I should be able to give it to whomever I want, whenever I want, so that they can play the same game and have a fun time. If I'm. And here's the thing, Adam. It's an extra $10 for me to not be able to give it to anybody else. I don't think you're hearing me. It's an extra $10 just for the physical card for the same game. So you would think that the game would be stored on the card so that when I put it in the physical card, the game won't have to download anything. I won't have to sit and wait for my game to be ready for me to play. I should just be able to pop it in, and when you pop it in, you should be able to play.
Yeah.
Why is this not the case?
So if you have bad network or no network, you can't even use the console. Can't even do it. But here's the other thing, and I've always wondered this. The Switch 2 game cartridge is like this big, right? The case that's in, if you buy the physical copy, is 15 times the size.
Yeah.
Why? It's like back in the day.
They could have put in like the 3DS cartridge thing.
What they're trying, I think, mimic is a PS2 memory card case that came in the store, right? It was this big of a little cartridge, and then the box that came in was like 12 times the size. I don't understand this. So, like, the whole idea of, like you said, I bought this because I can own it, and then something ever happens, I just plug it back in and get it, whatever. Just buy digital. You would only buy digital for the Switch, is what I'm trying to get at. Why would you ever consider not doing that if you have one right now? It's the exact same process. You buy it, you download it. So I guess,
and you pay an extra $10. It's not the same process because you're paying an extra $10, Adam.
No, I get that. Well, I'm saying it's the same process basically of a PS5 and Xbox situation, except for they have the game on the disc. You put it in the console, it downloads it, quote unquote, copies from the disc, and then you have it. So. But you can still play that wherever you want to and give it to someone to play too. I get that. But I see more and more we'll get to a state of a physical disc or cartridge is going to be non-existent. I really think that's going to be the case. Because I like to know the ratio of how many people buy physical games rather than just downloading it at this point. So here's the thing. Now, I think I'd be so upset if I bought a disc for my Xbox. I put it in, and I have to download an update that was about the same size as the game to even start playing it. That happened all the time.
Yeah, that's so silly.
So it's like at that point, I'm like, I'm just going to just download and be done. And then I have to go to the store and hope they have it in stock, all that stuff. No. I'm just going to do that. So in any case, I know this is a far off topic from this, but the Switch Gen 1 and so on is doing this, and I'm just not a big fan of that. I don't like this whole, why is my question. Why is, that is a big $50 up to a price hike. So that's a $489 OLED. So it's $10 less than Switch 2, which is not OLED. I
just
don't like
completely
that.
Cut out for me. I don't know what you said.
Oh, I'm not muted. It's $480 for the OLED.
Like, I heard my AirPods just, give the worst noise known to man. And then I couldn't hear anything for a couple seconds. Mind you, this has been happening more and more recently. I don't know if it's, a thing that Apple needs to fix or if my AirPods are just, well, it can't be my I'm sorry, I'm going completely off topic here. But it can't be my AirPods because my AirPods don't really have issues when I'm on my phone. It's literally just my Mac.
Okay. Here's a question for you, Quasi. Are you still going to essentially boycott Nintendo and not buy the Switch 2? Still.
Yes. That's very easy for me to do. My wallet is thanking me every day.
If you had the money right now to buy it.
Oh, I do have the money right now to buy it. I just will not be purchasing it.
Okay. I'm about this. So for me, it's still that I really want to play Mario Kart World.
Well, it's
and
not
some
worth
of the newer
it, in my
games.
opinion.
But I do not like what they're doing. It's hard for me to support such a choice that they're doing. And especially this. This is I don't know if they're going to even be having more sales of these Switches if they're going to do this. And the Switch Lite Why was that even a thing? The most disgraceful console ever created.
Oh
Yes. I'm going to say it right now.
no!
Disgraceful. Can't dock
You
it
ain't talking
at
about my
all.
Switch Lite. Okay, that's the point, though. That's the point.
Why?
The point is
smallest
it's
screen.
cheaper.
It's like
Dude,
it's iPhone 4S
not,
screen.
no, okay,
Terrible.
okay, that's a bit outrageous to say, but the
How
thing
is
is,
it not?
you gotta understand, the Switch Lite is not for anyone who's in a big family that wants to play on a TV. It's for people who can only play on the go. You know what I mean? It's like how a DS used to be, right?
Yeah, but you can't even swap out the Joy-Cons if you really wanted to. They didn't move.
They don't. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I wanted a Switch Lite so bad.
I
Then I got the
don't
regular
see the
Switch,
compelling reason to
whatever.
ever consider that, especially now when it's going to be now $300 almost dollars to Switch Lite. Come on now. No, sorry. Yeah, $279. Why would you even consider it at this point ever?
Right now, I couldn't tell you, but
Yeah.
before, when I think it was $50 to $100 less than the actual Switch, and I wasn't trying to share it with the
$200.
Switch. It's $200 less.
No. I swear it was like $200 for that console. Was it not?
Yeah, no, it definitely was.
Not worth $200 in my opinion.
Okay,
Nope.
so that's just your opinion though, because the library of games that it opened you up to be able to play, absolutely elite.
Well, I'm not saying the Switch itself is treacherous. I'm just saying get the next one up from there so you can do more with it. Right? So, like, okay, if you bought the Switch Lite, okay, and you want to play Mario Kart 8, whatever it was, right?
Right.
You just couldn't with other people. You couldn't hook up other Joy-Cons to it that were not attached to it. You're not going to play the whole family with that at all. You can't do... So the whole concept of the Switch games is to be an arcade-style co-op experience, right? That's what they do. That's the
There
whole...
are some games that don't. Like, you can't play Breath of the Wild co-op.
Okay, but the whole base idea of what they do is that. That's why they still have the game. Right? Mario Party, you have all these games that are always co-op and all this other stuff, right? So now if I bought that game and have Switch Lite, what am I going to do? I got to play online with other people that are playing it with other people at their own house with another console. Like, it's just limiting people to do what they want to do, and I don't like that. But once again, that's Nintendo's what they do. I can't fix that, unfortunately. In any case, let us know in the comments below if this price hike is something that you don't really care about, or you do care, and you're like, this is outrageous, and are you going to like boycott them or not, or just pay for it anyway? Let us know in the comments below.
Definitely. All right.
Speaking of this is gonna make me mad when I see this little smug face guy. I can't stand this guy at all. Okay, I'm gonna bring this up.
I don't even know what his name is.
I just can't stand this guy. Okay, we're gonna talk about something in the news, and it does change my perspective of what happened last time too. So Epic just won the Google lawsuit.
Right.
And The Verge says that Android may never be the same because of this. So it seems to me like that when Epic went after Apple for the 30% commission per sale, that they also did this with Google too. I didn't know that this is a thing. I did not know this.
It was Apple first, and then it was Google right after. And that's why both of them took them off the Play Store. Or, yeah, their app stores.
So the guy that's pushing this is the CEO of Epic, which is Tim Sweeney. I can't stand this guy. This guy, I cannot wait for the day that Epic Games closes and never opens again. I cannot stand them as a company. They're so awful. I would buy a Switch 2 and all the games for Switch 2 before I would ever consider using any of my money for them ever. I cannot stand them as a
You
company.
don't play Fortnite?
No, not anymore.
Rocket League?
They didn't make
Everyone
Rocket
plays
League.
Rocket League.
They didn't make it, right? They just had the rights to it, right?
Hold on, let me...
They didn't make it.
Rocket League... What is it? Development company? What is it called? Studio? Let's just do who made Rocket League. Psyonix in 2015.
Yeah, but who owns Psyonix? It's not Epic.
Epic is their parent organization.
Do they own it?
I'll tell you. Well, if it's a parent company, yeah, you kind of own it. But like,
Let me see here.
the question is, did they own it back then? No, they joined in 2019. If the game was created in 2015 and they joined Epic Games in 2019,
They acquired them. Oh my gosh, I can't stand that. Well, anyway, back to showing my hate.
Companies making good company moves.
Well, that might be a good move for them, but their other choices is just shows that they're a slimy, greasy, bickable, terrible company. I can't stand them so much. Anyway, what they're doing. So what I had previously mentioned is why is Epic not going after other places too besides Apple? And they are, and they're going to continue to do this, I think. Which, retrospect, I think, Quasi, the reason why we're seeing Xbox doing what they're doing with their handheld and bringing other markets to, like, the Xbox is because of people like him. I mean, pricks like this guy right here. Because here's my thing. I'll go back to a very basic conversation I had when I first seen this. They agreed to the terms and conditions of the app sale and in-app purchases with Apple, Google, Xbox, and everybody else, and later on says, I don't agree, I shall sue. That makes no sense in my head that there was ever a court case and how it ever got approved and they won. Okay. How is that even something that happens? Oh my gosh.
The thing is, if you don't agree to this, you can't put your game out. That's the issue. And
that's the cost of business.
But it can seem unfair. Like, if I'm a game developer and you're going to force my hand behind my back and you're going to twist behind my back so that
it's not
you
behind
can
your
take
back, though. It's
okay,
not.
But if not, then I can't reach anybody. You know what I mean? Like, I won't have any access to the consumer base, even if they really want to play my games. And we saw this. Everybody wanted to play Fortnite on mobile, and they couldn't when Apple took it off the store, and everybody got upset. So it's not like Fortnite's selling a bad product and then trying to not get it. They're saying that Apple's taking too much money. They're
not, though.
Hey, 30% is a decent chunk.
Quasi, the game is free to play. They make billions of dollars a year off of this game. It's 70% is what they get for that purchase. If you're that greedy and can't say that 70% is what's going to cost you to have your game on our platform that we provide a service for, the whole co-op experience of this happening is on our servers, they can't agree to that. That is utterly disrespectful. That's even a discussion. If you go to Walmart as a business, say, I want to sell coconut water in your place, do you think Walmart's going to make nothing to have it there? There's a process. There has to be people that maintain certain things. The servers have to be running. There's back-end stuff. There's a lot of different things that has to happen for it to work. So there's a cost of doing that. What do they want? 10%? And here's the thing. They never even mention what's a fair split rate. They want 5%, 10%? What? They're not even saying that. In my mind, Quasi, if you're selling this as a store, this is your company, is 70% not good enough?
For me.
Me either. That's just being greedy. They're not saying like it's you get 25%, I get the rest. That's unfair. I understand that. 70% of anything is not a bad percentage to have. That's absolutely seriously. So all they're saying is we are greedy. We will always be greedy. We want more money because we have billions. Now that's not enough. I want to buy 7 more G5s. And that's how we are as a company. That's ridiculous.
G5 is a car, right?
No, it's a jet. It's a jet. It's like $55 million, whatever it is, or more than that.
Yeah,
they're just being greedy. Okay, if you want to be on this platform, here's what you have to do. It's laid out so much for developers. So they agreed to it, Quasi, because they were on the platform. That's my point. They did that. So if they say, I don't like this, and they still go into it, that's how it is to be in there, right? So how on earth are we in a society of people that have brains that there's a court case where they agreed to it and they want to sue anyway? How is this acceptable? I don't care if this is any other company, okay? If this happened to Samsung, I would say the same thing, okay? Or Google, whatever. It's ridiculous. Why? I still will, and nobody on this earth will convince me otherwise, ever. It's never going to be happening to me. I don't get it. Okay, so I'm saying is, now they're going after Google. What's next? Microsoft with Xbox and Sony? They might as well do the whole fleet and just be what they want to do. Their goal is this. Is their goal to make more money, which it is, or to use their launcher and everything? Because they control that price point then, right?
Here's the main issue.
Sorry, I'm so upset about this. I can't stand this guy's face. I just want to punch him with a shovel. I can't stand him. Oh, I can't stand him.
So, back in the day, Epic realized, oh shoot, because I'm on their platform, they get a 30% cut of all sales, right? So they couldn't sustain the price that V-Bucks were being sold at, you know? And they were redirecting people to their website. And because they were redirecting people to their website in the app, Apple and Google didn't like that. Here's the other thing. Other companies do this all the time. Spotify will say, sorry, you can't, well, I don't know if it says it anymore, but it was like, sorry, you cannot purchase this in the app. We know it's not ideal. You know what I mean? And it was becoming more of a hassle for consumers. And that's why when Epic explained it to the people were like, oh, that is kind of messed up. We should not be living like this. And the consumers being hurt, it's just not great, right? So I could see why Epic would make that move. However, it was in the contract that they signed and the agreed upon terms that they should be getting 30%. So I can see where you're coming from. But
they were unaware of this. It's not like that they agreed like far back long ago where it was like 6% or 10% and then went up. That'd be different.
Okay, but the thing is, now they can't, like, if you're buying on computer, those V-Bucks are going to be cheaper than if you're buying on the App Store, because they're going to have to add 30% to cover that 30% cost. You know what I mean? And so as a result, it's going to be unfair for the player base, because now if I'm on computer, I get cheaper V-Bucks, I can buy more V-Bucks.
Or you just let it go and make 70% and stop being little whiny babies.
Okay.
At the end, okay. So crazy. Let's just put this in perspective. Out of $1, they get 70 cents. And Apple gets 30, or whoever it is, right? If you're selling something for $1, Quasi, you're getting 70 cents. That is never not enough. Never is at all. Never is. They just want more money because they're greedy. That's all it comes down to. And you know what? Here's what I'll say. I will open up a discussion right now with Tim. That's the only person I would ever let this happen with. From Epic. You are invited to come on this podcast next week, even if you like, and explain yourself. Because I think people want to know why you're doing this and why this decision is just being made. Because we know why, but do you have to make things suffer because of choices that you made? If you do not agree to this, simply do not let that app be on that platform. That's as simple as it is. Quasi, if I don't like the price of a motorcycle, guess what? I don't buy it. Right? That's how you just don't do it, because you can't afford it or you don't agree to it. That's what it is. So why do they agree to their terms and then sue because they don't agree to their terms later on? And it makes no sense to me. That is illogical in every way in my head. So I'm saying is, Why is it allowed that they get to do this? And the court says, guess what? I agree too, because I smashed my face this morning. I agree with it as well. I don't get that. I do not understand
Because
that.
it's a monopoly, Adam. You got to understand. They are monopolizing the App Store.
Who is?
Apple. It is an unfair monopoly because if it'd be fair if Epic had another form to get onto Apple iPhone users' phones. If they could have, that's the whole thing. If they were able to put their entire their launcher or the Epic Game Store onto Apple iPhones and have another way of doing it, it'd be fair. But Apple is creating a monopoly by having just their App Store. And we saw this in Europe already. Europe does not like monopolies, apparently. So Europe cracked down and said, you got to be able to sideload. And you know what? If it's in Europe, why can't I sideload? It's been here for 3 years.
Except they say that in Europe, but they actually want just Android to be the monopoly. So that's not true. They're just going backwards with what they're saying, by the way.
Europe?
Yeah. We want the single interface. We want all Android. We want people to put an Android OS on an iPhone. It's just Android. It's all they want. So if you're going to say that,
can't confirm or deny.
Yeah. Well, anyway, what I'm saying is this: I don't think so much that they're upset that it's on a single marketplace. More so of when there's an in-app purchase, that percentage rate being charged. I don't think they care what marketplace it's on. To be honest with you. They had their own launch in their own store because of these fees. That's why I'm fully understanding from why I read these articles. So if Apple charged 10% or 15% and they got more, they'd be okay with that, I think. I think they understand there has to be a percentage of a fee, right? They're not saying that should be gone. I think they're saying it's just the ratio is too high for Apple. That's what I'm saying. Or not just Apple, anybody. Google, anybody else. Could Apple or all these other companies compromise and say, okay, we'll do 20% instead of 30%? What is that rate that is okay for them to stop this madness? That's what I want to see, right? And, if Apple and all these other places would agree to that, we have a happy life, happy day with this. But I just still want them to close as a company because they're changing this. Because if this steps up and everybody else follows suit, it's just not a good way to do business. It's just like saying, Quasi, you have a console, new console, not Xbox, not PS5. You have your own console that came out, right? It's a great console. Epic want to sell Fortnite on your console. Like, great, I love that. I'm going to make sales, all this stuff, so great. But you get 2.5% sales, I get the rest. Is that fair? Like, can they, the developer, dictate how your hardware is to be set up to play their game? No, that's silly. Like, have them go up against Walmart in that 30%, right? They're gonna lose in a heartbeat. That's what I'm trying to say. All I'm saying is,
well, the thing is that wouldn't be a monopoly because if you're selling it at Walmart, you're also selling it at Target. You're also selling it at other big retailers.
But it is a monopoly because you can only use Walmart Pay services for that. Right? That's what I'm trying to say. It's not the location it's sold, it's how they charge their fees. So if Walmart's saying, oh, you cannot use Visa here, it has to be MasterCard.
Then nobody will shop at Walmart.
That's what Costco does. You have to use only Visa there. And Costco is thriving like way more than what. Oh yeah, it's just it's the rates that they're charging everybody else. So what I'm getting is this: it's another lawsuit where I'm not sure if they really won the Apple one per se. They're just now they can have an alternate like purchase platform, which is an okay compromise, I guess. But now they destroyed Google, and that to me just doesn't make sense at all. I do not get it. But I don't like this guy. I can't stand him. He's just a little greedy, little prick, and oh man, get him out of here. That's all I gotta say. In any case, what's your overall thoughts, Quasi? Do you agree with this? Do you not agree with this? Am I just going crazy here? I don't know anymore with this. It's just.
I mean, I personally don't mind that they're winning the lawsuit because what they were saying makes a lot of sense to me. That Apple should be having multiple ways for people to be able to reach that content and be able to choose whether or not they're going to download it through the App Store or through something else. That's something I understand.
Do you think that's the case, though?
I definitely do.
I do not for a second believe that from them at all. It's not that. They could care less if it goes through iOS App Store or their marketplace. That is not their goal here. What they're trying to say is this. If Apple won't budge on that 30%, well, we have our own store that we created where we can control that. And if that was there, that would fix all these issues. So they don't care at all. If Apple said today, hey, we'll take 10%, you get 90%, they would, within a heartbeat, agree to that and would be no more of this at all. Right? They're only doing that so they can control that percentage of fees. That's all they're doing. They don't care that it's on iOS. They did because they agreed to it to begin with. They don't. They don't care at all. That's my take. I mean, do you agree with that or no?
I mean, not really, but
you don't think
it's not everything we're going to agree on.
But you don't think that if Apple changed their fees to what Epic would like them to have as a thing, would they change their ways?
Definitely don't. I think
you don't think they would
be suing?
No, I'm not saying suing.
The goal is to get their thing on their App Store or their Epic Game Store on to the actual
that's
onto people's phones.
Hey, that was what they had to do to get what they wanted. Apple said we're not changing our fees, and this is their backup plan for that not changing. But I strongly think that if Apple lowered their rates and Google and so on, they would not make their own app store to do this. That's what I think. Because that's what they do, right? Our game's not going to be on Steam because Steam does the same thing, 30%. But if they change that, they wouldn't care how it's distributed. They don't care that at all because it's less money for them. Right? That's what it comes down to. I don't know. What you guys think? Just let us know in the comments. I will open up the discussion from Tim or someone from Epic to come discuss this with us because to me it's heated for me. I want to know why you do these things and why this is something that you are so heavily reliant on that you think that this is going to bankrupt you as a company if you don't make the extra 30 cents off a dollar. Sorry, I got crazy.
Anyway, while we're on the topic of fees.
We go to another topic on fees.
While we're on the topic of fees. Verizon recently announced, this crazy deal. They had Pete Davidson doing all these ads. Pete Davidson was like, I'm afraid of commitment. But when I heard that Verizon, yada, 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 3 years, yada, yada, and there was like a 3-year price lock guarantee, that price is not going to stay the same. It's actually going up about 30 cents, which negligible, to be honest with you.
No.
Negligible for the consumer.
30 cents to $4.
I heard 30 cents. Ugh.
Starting at 30 cents.
If they raise to $4, that's outrageous. Oh, it does say that.
Why? Why again? As if they're not charging enough. Is my thing. Okay.
I couldn't tell you.
As I've discussed before, I switched from Verizon to Verizon, which sounds weird. Switched from Verizon to Visible, which is owned by Verizon, and I love it. And I tell you this much, they've been around for like 6 years, I think, Visible, which is owned by Verizon, and the price has not gone up at all. Like at all. So I asked this very question to Verizon, and they honestly have no idea about Visible until I brought it up. That was so funny to me. I said, well, Visible, which is owned by Verizon, has cheaper rates, offers you the same priority data speeds, and why is it so much cheaper in a sense that you're essentially competing with your own company? Well, we all know why they do Visible. To compete with like Mint Mobile and all these other places are just the cheaper rates for all these other locations, right? That's just piggybacking off other companies to do what they need to do, which is fine. But it just seems like that Visible is trying to compete with Verizon. So will we get to a point with these fees that just keep coming up every year, it feels like? Is it going to get to a point where Visible takes over Verizon in sales?
I don't know. I'm reading that Visible deprioritizes at 50 gigabytes, and I use more than 50 gigabytes.
That's not true at all,
every
Quincy.
month.
They have tier plans, okay? So at tier 1, tier 2 plans, they do. Yes, you're correct. But they have one that is $45 a month, okay? And that plan gives you high speed, high priority data from Verizon, which is unlimited. I confirm that 1000%, and that's just the truth. So actually here, go to their site, visible.com, and let's do a screen share. Let's make sure this hasn't changed with this whole recent chain of events. And they even lowered it for the introduction, right? So we're looking at $40 a month, okay, for, if I can get, yeah, let me just do this. Unlimited talk and text. Who doesn't do that anymore? Basically, you get 5G ultra wideband as well, up to 4K UHD high quality video, which they do not offer on any plan from Verizon now, which is very funny to me. Up to 720 or 1080 at most. Hotspot. Their hotspot's capped at a slower speed. I think it's like 150 down or something like that, but it's limited hotspot too. It's literally go down a little bit more, Quasi, and go to view broadband facts. There's a little link up a little bit more. You passed it right in the middle of right there. Visible Plus Pro. So they literally give you this plan as a whole is better than any Verizon plan that they give you. So right there, look right there. So their speeds for 5G go up to 143 down, which I don't believe that all still because their speeds have kind of gotten worse. But they do give you high speed, unlimited data. And I asked them, like, at Visible when I called them to confirm all this. I said, so I could use like 28 petabytes a month. You're fine. You're like, yeah, we don't care. And they confirmed that. In any case, you're correct. The other two plans they offer you have 50 gigs of data per month, and that's it. Kind of fast data, but not the Plus Pro, whatever they call it.
Interesting.
That one gives you unlimited everything, and I've had it now for, 4 months? And absolutely phenomenal. I love it. So in any case, what I'm trying to say is getting to the point where something like this is going to take over Verizon's customers because it's a way better in every way situation. The only thing that it's not the best is their hotspot speed is slower than what they offer with the Verizon plans, but the Verizon plans give you capped data with hotspot. So I guess for you, Quasi, would you rather have slightly slower speeds for hotspot and a limited hotspot, or faster speeds hotspot with limited data?
It doesn't matter to me. I'm not paying my phone bill.
Well, if you were, would you prioritize how fast you have it for a capped experience, or?
I think I need unlimited data for slightly slower.
Yes, that's what I would choose every single time too. And 150 down for using hotspot is very good in most cases, right? I mean, we want faster speeds, of course, but I can compromise to that if I need to. In any case, though, these price hikes are coming. I would say when they say this is going to be in the next month or so, this is going to happen. And I've also been told from other people too online that they're phasing out some of their older plans. So if you had like an old grandfather plan that has limited data, so on, with like 3G or 4G speeds, they're going to just upgrade you to a newer plan or force you to do this without you even saying they want to do this. It's getting more expensive. So it's like, I don't know if I like that. I like Verizon as a company. I think they have great service and stuff, but like they're kind of getting sketchy too with this. I don't know.
Did you say you think Verizon's a company?
They're getting a little sketchy, more so.
Okay.
What they're doing, because they're great as a company for what they do for service, but like, I don't know. What are your thoughts, Quasi?
It's true. I just don't like that it's going to be... Well, if I was paying for it, maybe I'd be a little bit more upset. But I don't think my dad's going to like that it could possibly go up to $4. You know what I mean? $4 per line.
Yeah, and then
We have 5 lines.
the activation fee is going up to $5.
Oh, we're not activating any phones anytime soon.
Just letting you know. That's kind of like
Unless I just randomly decide to buy another phone.
pretty sure Visible had 0 activation fees too.
Okay, but you also can't buy a phone on Visible's network.
Yes, you can.
There's absolutely no way.
You can.
Stop. Oh my goodness. I'm ill-informed.
Yeah.
Oh, but it looks like it's with Affirm.
Which is better. You know why? No carrier lock. Like, tell me the downside, Quasey.
I don't know.
And with Affirm, you can get a 1-year price point or a 2 or 3 year. With Verizon, you just have to do a 3-year. You can't even do 2-year anymore with them. Upgrade every year. That's not a thing with them anymore. With Visible, I can choose a 1-year term to pay off my phone in 1 year and get a new one every year.
It's nice.
I mean, would you consider switching to Visible?
No, because then I'd have to start paying. I think you're missing everything I'm
like,
saying,
okay.
Adam.
Whoever maintains...
I don't pay for this.
Whoever maintains the account for you guys.
No, because I think the way my dad has it set up is our phone bills are the cheapest they've ever been because we have so many of them at this point in time. And
for now,
he gets a lot of other benefits. And then Verizon's also our Wi-Fi in New Jersey. And he said, quote, the cheapest Wi-Fi he has ever paid for in his entire life.
Verizon Home Internet?
Yes.
That's what I have. It's not too bad, unless you upload.
Oh, no, it was great where we were at.
Well, what speeds?
I don't know if you remember. I can't remember the speeds, but I did send them to you when I got home that one time.
I'd look back, and I think it's up to 300 down and like 50 up or something.
It was very fast is what it was.
For me, what I experience with it that I don't like is when I upload something, when you downloads, it kind of slows everything else down. But it could be from where I'm at. But overall, it's a pretty nice service. I will agree. For the price point, it's really good. In any case, something just to know, guys, this is going up and it's going to happen very soon. They say it's because of administration and fees and recovery charges, whatever they want to call it. It's just they're going up in price. Although not awful, it's still just one more thing you have to pay for, and it's a price hike that I'm not really wanting. You know, among your bill for electric, you don't want this. Yeah. In any case, just so you guys know that's happening. Man, the price hike's crazy. I don't like it. That's why I called this price hikes for no reason. There's a reason, but we don't like it, is what I'm trying to say.
Kind of outrageous.
Oh, boy. Okay. Let's go to App of the Week really quick. What's yours, Quasey?
Do you mind if I... Okay,
well, I would love
cool.
to see
I
yours
was going to ask
first.
if I could start, but, you know. So, Adam, I recently started a new subscription. And, you know, this is like subscription number 6 that I'm paying for. But I think I can get rid of 3 subscriptions for this one subscription. I recently started Kindle Unlimited. So obviously my app of the week is Kindle, right? The Kindle app. I put it on my iPad a long time ago. And I was never really into like reading as much since I got my first, my first tablet. I stopped reading nearly as much. But I used to always go to the library and check out all the DC books. Like when I was in Guam, I checked out every single DC comic book they had, and I read them all. When I was at my old library in New Jersey, I checked out every single DC comic book and read them all. And, you know, there's a lot of stories that I've read. But then one day I was scrolling, and, you know, I was like, you know, what if I pull up the Kindle app and just start reading? And oh my goodness, they have so many DC comics. I'm talking the likes I've never even seen before. So I'm currently, like, engulfed in that. Dude, if you come to my room, I have a projector set up, and I'm watching movies as I'm reading comics, and I think I'm, like, living the life right now. However, that all is going to stop today because I will be going to sleep at 10 p.m., which is actually the time they let us out today. This is completely off topic, everybody, but I am currently in fall camp for football. It is a struggle. Please send help. However, I was enjoying my life with the Kindle app, so that's my app of the week.
Yeah, it's $12 a month, right, for Kindle Unlimited?
I'm paying 6, so
Was that
I
like
don't
a
know.
student discount? I'm guessing.
Be
Okay.
because my Amazon account is a student account.
If you did not notice with Kindle, there's something that my wife has this and we learned. If you have your own books, like you have a what do they call that, EPUB or something like that, the files, you can actually upload that to your Kindle account, and then that book is now available for your account, and it syncs your read state or where you're at with every device. So kind of cool little concept. So if you have like a PDF of a book that you have or whatever that you got for class, you can upload that to your account and it'll be there as well. So kind of cool little thing. But yeah, my wife, I think she has this. If she doesn't, she might be getting this. I'm not sure. But it looks pretty awesome if you like to read books. So it's a pretty cheap price to have that. So my app of the
Indeed.
week, I'm going back to a time when I was in like high school, Quasi. And even before that. Have you ever heard of an app called Plants vs. Zombies? Not the 2 one, the number
Have
1. Have you ever played it before?
perhaps I know I have, but like personally, I didn't like it.
It's like the only EA game I actually enjoyed that didn't have like a lot of crazy in-app purchases. There was some, but it wasn't like, oh, if you don't like the game 2, Plants vs. Zombies 2 is the complete opposite of that. They do so, it's like 2K for transactions in that game, Quasi. It's ridiculous. But the first one was just an outstanding game that I loved when I was a kid. It's still on iOS and Mac and everything else. And it's still fun to play even today. So it's a tower defense game, if you want to call it that, where you put plants down to hoard off all these zombies that come, and they do different types of attacks and everything else that I thought was really fun. So I'm like, you know what? I haven't played this game in a bit, and I want to play it again. So Plants vs. Zombies is my app of the week. It's a very fun game. I think it's like 5. Oh, sorry. I think that it's free to download, and there's in-app purchases if you choose to do it. Great game if you haven't played it. I love that game. So that's my app of the week.
All right. Well,
Basically, before we get too far, did you have any crazy stories this week? When we go to what's the thing we're gonna call this? Like what they used to call it for idiot bar. Just when
we didn't settle on a name. I did throw out one more thing. I did throw that out there.
You did. I mean, that's just the podcast name, so it's really close to that, though. I don't know. We can work on that.
Yeah, but idiot bar is really close to genius bar.
It is a different word, though, in the phrase. Just one more thing, or whatever we want to call it. Any case, though, did you have any crazy stories this week, Racy, besides football? Or even football? You kind of gave us something with that. Have you had a weird schedule lately, Quasi, at all, or anything like that?
Weird schedule? It's not weird as much as it's structured. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's weird. I would just say it's horrible. You know, we're up 7 a.m. till 10 p.m. every night, and you know on the schedule it says 10 p.m. lights out. But here's the thing. Here's the crazy part. They let us out of the meeting at 10 p.m. So how am I supposed to have my lights out and be in my bed when I live? Even if I was on campus and the meeting's in Burchard, how am I supposed to be lights off when the meeting ends at 10? I'm just not understanding. It's not clicking to me.
Yeah, because I don't think you can teleport as of yet, right? It's not quite a thing yet.
No, you know, I haven't mastered that ability yet, so.
Oh, that would be, yeah. That's crazy. I had a busy week. Went to Indiana Beach again. Really fun. Played some more Stardew Valley. Man, that game is so fun. You should get back into that, Quasi. I'm not sure how far you are in that, but it's so fun.
I would love to. Don't know when
That's how it sounds for
I don't
sure.
know when I'm gonna have the time to play 2K. Is the issue? Like, time is a hot commodity these days.
It seems
Hot
like it.
commodity.
Are you gonna get 2K26?
I was thinking about it, but like at the moment,
$70.
see, that's not what it is. I had pre-ordered the $130 one.
Oh, okay.
And then I realized on release day, I'm not gonna be able to play it. So I unpre-ordered it so that I can just buy it later. You know what I mean? Because if I'm pre-ordering something, it's because I want to play it early.
Really, gotcha.
And this is just I'm not gonna be able to play it early. Is the issue.
Is that a game where they really change a lot from game to game, or not really? Is it like
This year there is some things that are being changed. Like I would say a lot of things are being changed this year. They're adding green windows. You're not going to make a shot if you hit a white anymore, which was like the most annoying thing to me last time. Everybody has the shot meter on for layups now, which is going to suck because I don't use the shot meter for layups, but I'll adapt, you know. What else are they changing? There's no more RNG in the game. Absolutely beautiful.
what's that
Because
mean?
let me tell you something.
Just for if you don't know what that is.
RNG, I think it's like random number generator or generation. But in the game, right? Let's say I'm running to the left and I hit a nasty crossover, right? The guy's on the floor, and I take a step back and I shoot the ball. And to my knowledge, it's a green, right? But because I use the same release every time. I let go of the button at the same time I did 10 seconds ago when I hit a green. And now it's a white. It's slightly late all of a sudden. Even though the exact same milliseconds. That's RNG. And it just gets on my nerves. But Mike Wang has told us that there's going to be no RNG. I don't know how much I believe him, but I guess I have no choice but to believe him. So
I see a story this morning that, and I'll bring this up very quickly. It's just, to me, it was interesting. I didn't put in the notes because it was just too much. There was a lady on a news network talking about that she lives like 400 meters away from the new AI data center from Facebook, from Meta, and her water pressure is like pouring a water bottle out slowly at best. It's so terrible. And really, she also complained that she has way more unknown sediments in her water where it looks like it's rusty all the time. So it's
that's
like,
fun.
I'm like, what is going on with the data center that's making all that happen? I know they use a lot of energy and all this other stuff, but like, why is her water pressure going from great to almost nothing now because of this? So like, is that going to affect other people around there? What's going on with this water quality? It got a lot worse all of a sudden. It's just weird. I don't know what happened with that. And I know that that's not going to be unknown of a thing, but I was not expecting that per se, if that makes sense. That's with that.
You know, I've been hearing that AI makes, and you know, I was watching a YouTube video because you know I always watch a YouTube video, and it was like how AI is making energy worse, and if it can make energy worse, imagine what it can do to water.
Well,
So I'm gonna just leave it at that.
our local power companies, at least the towns that I go to a lot, like they're drastically increasing their price of cost of electric. Where like a business I know in Watsika has their bill went from like $200 a month to $1,500 a month, and people are seeing price increases where it's like, bless you, I think.
Thank you.
They're seeing increases like, you know, they're paying like $150, $200 like to $600 a month. It's nuts. I mean, I don't know, man. If that happens, you know, I'm gonna be so upset. But I mean, it probably will, unfortunately. But because of AI, so they're saying because these
Right.
AI centers are close by, it's using so much more power than they even make. So it costs more money to make more. I don't know if I believe that 100%. It's probably just the reason they can make more money. We're seeing that all over the place too, and that's nuts to me. So if you guys are seeing that, seeing price go up, let us know like how much more went up and what you're gonna do about it. Because that's, man, I'm not sure. I just want to get a solar farm and I want to get some wind turbines and combat some of these price increases. That's nuts in my head. By the way, quick little topic. There are some certain locations where I see people that say no solar. Don't do solar. And I know that there's people that are saying it because they don't want to have solar farms take up farmland. That's one reason I've heard. And stuff like that. But if there is a different reason because of why you hate solar, why? I love solar, and I want to know why you hate it so much, besides just that. If they put it in different locations other than farmland, let's say top of buildings that are not going to be used for much else, which Walmart's doing, by the way, and like I thought of this, on top of parking lots, so now your car is cooler, and you're utilizing that sun that's just all over the place in the parking lot. It makes it so much more higher than it should be. Like that, for instance, right? So, just a little quick thing. Do you hate solar? Do you love solar, and why? Let us know in the comments. Tracy, is there anything else you want to talk about before we stop today?
I'm good.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks so much for listening to this episode. Thanks for supporting us. I know we have ads in the episode. I reduced the ads, so it wasn't so much. So just know that. Let us know in the comments if you like this episode, some feedback if you have any, and any topics you want us to talk about. Thanks so much. We'll see you guys.
Yep. Have a great week.